It began as nothing more than a whisper, easy to dismiss, almost background noise. But that whisper has now erupted into what many are calling a full-blown legal earthquake. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, suddenly finds herself at the center of a courtroom battle no one thought would resurface, especially not from a figure most of the press had written off. Her half-sister, Samantha Markle, is back. But this time, she's not coming with the same fragile case that was thrown out before. She's returning with sharper arguments, stronger evidence, and a strategy that has Meghan's inner circle on edge. This is no longer the tale of a sibling feud or recycled tabloid drama. What's unfolding is a calculated legal offensive, one that could unravel the narrative Meghan has carefully built since her bombshell Oprah interview. Back then, the story seemed clean and compelling, Meghan as the victim, bravely telling her truth. But Samantha's legal team now insists that truth may have been carefully packaged, crafted with precision, delivered under the glow of perfect lighting, and set to emotional music. And this time, they claim to have the documents, messages, and receipts to prove it. The original lawsuit Samantha filed didn't make it far. Judges dismissed it, saying Meghan's comments amounted to personal opinion, not facts that could be challenged in court. But that ruling, instead of ending the matter, gave Samantha's attorneys a blueprint. It highlighted exactly where they stumbled the first time, and showed them how to come back stronger. And that's exactly what they've done. This new legal push isn't simply repeating old arguments. It's shifting focus in a brutal, strategic way, targeting intent. The argument now isn't whether Meghan spoke her truth. It's whether she knowingly designed that truth to destroy her sister's reputation. That distinction changes everything, because it's no longer about careless words or family tension. It's about whether Meghan intentionally weaponized her platform against someone who couldn't possibly fight back. And if that argument sticks, the stakes go from personal to explosive. Samantha's lawyers claim they have communications, emails, text messages, even recordings, that show Meghan and her team anticipated the fallout her sister would face. This wasn't spontaneous emotion, they argue, it was a calculated public relations strategy, one that cast Meghan in the spotlight while throwing Samantha under the bus. The Netflix documentary, in particular, has become a centerpiece of this fight. Unlike the fast-moving Oprah interview, the series took months of careful planning, editing, and scripting. Legal experts say that timeline could prove Meghan had more than enough opportunity to rethink her words but chose not to. And worse still for Meghan, that series wasn't a fleeting TV moment. It went global. 6 episodes, dozens of languages, streamed into hundreds of millions of households around the world. The scale of damage, Samantha's attorneys argue, is measurable, international, and undeniable. They're treating that global reach like dynamite. The claim is that Meghan's team didn't just repeat allegations in the documentary, they expanded them, crafted them, and broadcast them to the world using high-production values, dramatic music, and emotional framing that painted Samantha as the villain. And once opinion transforms into falsehood presented as fact, with malicious intent, the law views it not as free speech, but as defamation. Court insiders say Samantha's lawyers aren't just coming with emotional appeals. They're armed with hard evidence, screenshots, timestamps, police reports, even medical and psychiatric documentation. They claim the harassment Samantha endured after Meghan's interviews went public was so extreme that law enforcement had to step in. Death threats, stalking, coordinated online campaigns. It wasn't just unpleasant, it nearly destroyed her ability to live a normal life. And here's the key, Samantha's team says they can tie those waves of harassment directly to Meghan's high-profile appearances. They call it influencer harassment, when a celebrity's massive reach mobilizes an army of online attackers, even without direct instruction. If a judge agrees Meghan knowingly triggered that kind of retaliation, it could set a new precedent for defamation in the digital age. The consequences go far beyond words. Samantha's attorneys are preparing expert testimony from psychologists and doctors, laying out how the fallout led to PTSD, severe anxiety, and ongoing trauma. They're presenting transcripts from therapy sessions, official diagnoses, even prescription records, all to demonstrate this wasn't a fleeting hurt feeling. It was life-altering damage. But perhaps the most dangerous development for Meghan isn't the accusations, it's discovery. If this case advances, Meghan may be forced to hand over private communications, emails with producers, behind-the-scenes notes from Oprah's team, drafts and messages exchanged during the Netflix production. Samantha's lawyers want it all. Their mission isn't just to prove Meghan misspoke, it's to prove she orchestrated a narrative, knowing exactly what the fallout would be. And here's the nightmare scenario for Meghan's legal team: this isn't just about family drama. If Samantha wins, it won't stop in the courtroom. Hollywood studios, brand sponsors, streaming giants, they're all watching. Contracts often have moral clauses, and if Meghan is legally found guilty of defamation, partnerships could collapse overnight. Deals on the table now could evaporate. Projects in development could be quietly shelved. Public trust is another battleground. Meghan has built her image as a champion for the voiceless, a symbol of kindness and resilience. But if a judge rules that she weaponized her fame to target her own sister, that carefully built image could shatter. And Samantha's legal team reportedly plans to spotlight this contradiction in court. Meghan, the advocate for compassion, accused of causing devastating harm to someone with no platform of her own. The financial blow could be devastating too. A single successful lawsuit could open the door for more. Other relatives, other individuals who feel targeted in Meghan's past stories. If one domino falls, the rest may come crashing down. And just this week, legal insiders suggested the appeals court is paying close attention. Judges are reportedly dissecting Samantha's claims with precision, asking whether Meghan's extensive media training and polished delivery strip away her defense of simply telling her story. The term some experts are using is weaponized storytelling, the idea that Meghan's emotional narratives weren't about healing, but about control, optics, and leverage. Sources even hint at explosive internal documents, messages between Meghan's team and Netflix producers, with phrases like control fallout and strategic distance tied directly to Samantha. If those files surface in court, they could prove intent in black and white. And the implications don't stop with Meghan. Some whispers suggest Buckingham Palace itself may have been aware, or at least passively supportive, of certain statements. If subpoenas extend that far, royal advisors and press officers could also be pulled into the mess. Meanwhile, in Hollywood, the ripple effects have already begun. Industry insiders reveal some studios are quietly backing away. Projects once considered certain are now in limbo. Meghan's brand, once built on inspiration, is facing the very real risk of collapse if this case gains momentum. At the heart of it, this courtroom isn't just about Meghan Markle versus Samantha Markle. It's about whether a global celebrity can hide behind the phrase sharing my truth when that truth leaves permanent scars on others. The coming months could determine not just Meghan's reputation, but the future of celebrity storytelling itself.